What's up, guys? It's your boy, Barca Boy 103. Just finished watching the match, and Barcelona get 3 points. Huge 2-1 win over Girona. A last-second winner from Ronald Araujo. This game went exactly how I said it. I got the 100% score prediction correct in yesterday's match preview. Still a lot of warning signs following this match. 3 points is huge, monumental, especially before El Clasico this upcoming weekend, but there are serious question marks after a disgusting performance yet again by Barcelona. The starting lineup for this match is on the screen for you right now. It was Wojciech Szczesny in goal, a back four of Jules Kounde, Pau Cubarsí, Eric Garcia, and Alejandro Balde, a midfield three of Frenkie de Jong, Pedri, and Marc Casado, and a front three of Lamine Yamal, Marcus Rashford, and Tony Fernandez starting up front as the false nine. Quite a few surprises, of course. Tony Fernandez starting, our three only fit first team midfielders all starting. No Araujo starting after he had a full international break off as well. Lamine starting when we were told that he was not going to start until El Clasico. So a few surprises in this lineup, and that of course entailed in the performance on the pitch. The first goal scored in this match was scored by Pedri. It was fantastic from Barcelona, especially in that opening first 15 minutes or so. Kounde with a great, step over and back heel at the same time to find Lamine on the right-hand side. Lamine then cuts inside, lays it off to Pedri. Pedri then glides around three Girona players, shoots the ball across goal, which Gavi could not see because his line of vision was blocked on that side. Hits the post, goes in. Fantastic finish. I love those low-driven finishes, and that gave Barcelona the 1-0 lead. The second and final goal scored was scored by Ronald Araujo in the dying moments of the game. Ball was down the right-hand side. Barju slipped in. Frenkie de Jong in behind the Girona back line. He cut it back. Araujo was there to tap it home and make the finish. Sensational scenes, and he, of course, secured Barcelona an absolutely monumentally huge 3 gigantic points. So overall, the team performance rating on the night, I'm going to be giving it a 4 out of 10. Yet another abysmal performance by Barcelona over the course of the match. Great, opening 10-15 minutes. After that, we were absolutely shit. There is so much on my mind. This team lacks this whole season reminds me of Xavi before the season he got sacked. We did so well the season before, won the double, we looked better, competed not so much in Europe. This is the exact same thing that happened in his season. We had a good start, 5-0 against Antwerp and Betis. Oh yeah, we're going to be back. And then we're, scraping every game 2-1, 2-1, losing against semi-decent teams and getting battered in the big games. I'm afraid it's the same thing. Carbon copy. Look at it. We had our Antwerp and Betis against Getafe and Valencia, winning 6-0 and 3-0. After that, we've looked absolutely ass. Second season syndrome for me is a real thing, and you're seeing it here. I think if this is like a court of law, and my evidence is to show you why we're gonna have a poor season. Look at Flick. Flick getting sent off, getting a red card before El Clasico was unheard of last season. What was Flick's main thing last season? Don't argue with the referees, accept the decisions. He's not doing any of that this season. He gotten a red card. He's now gonna be suspended for the touchline, and at the Bernabeu, we're gonna have probably Mark Sawyer on the touchline at that point. He is losing his head. And that, for me, is a sign of pressure. This team is dead. Whether it be the injuries, the confidence, the momentum, whatever it may be, it is dead. The only way to save this season is to change it up dramatically. If you keep playing the same way, I'm going to stick to this high line. I don't think the high line is a problem. I'm not saying that. But the way that we're playing, coinciding with the system, is not going to work, and it's not going to fix. Either the players change or the system change, and that comes down to the manager. I think this whole team needs a wake-up call. I think there's certain players that are playing well, but we're not playing well as a collective unit. The press, the defense is absolutely beyond dead. If this game was fair, Girona would have won this game 4-1. The amount of chances they missed was embarrassing from their side. They should have easily won this game. Against Madrid, we are fucked. They're going to be scoring these goals in behind us like no tomorrow. I don't think Madrid are that good. I don't think that, they're a top 3 team in the world, but they will beat us if we play like this, because they'll time their runs well, they'll beat the high line, they'll beat the press, and they have, of course, world-class players to finish it. Where Girona have good players, and it comes down to their ability. The one goal they did score was an absolute wonder, bicycle kick from Witsel out of nowhere, and it was right in the bottom corner. It was, an unlucky goal to concede, but the chances they made was astonishing. Their XG and big chances were off the charts compared to Barcelona. This team cannot defend, and we cannot finish, so this means we're fucked. I am at a point now where I think this season is going to be complete failure. If we win even a trophy, I will be shocked. This is an exact replica of Xavi's second full season. I can see it clear as day. Players are gone. And look what happened at the end of Xavi's second season as well. Euros, Spain won. All the Barca players started to perform well. And what do we have coming up this summer? You guessed it, the World Cup, where I guarantee you every single player will be performing at their absolute peak. But for Barcelona, they won't. Maybe when the players come back from injury, we'll wait and see. Again, we have half our starting lineup out. Lua, Varane, Rafa, Olmo, Fermin just coming back, Joan Garcia, no Gavi. You have at least, 7 to 8 huge players, not only on the pitch, but off the pitch, out injured. So that will have a bit of an impact. But still, the performances are absolutely dead, and we defend like fucking homeless people. We cannot defend, and I know there's no FFP to make any signings in January, so this team needs to wake up. Something has to change. You either change the players or you change the system. If you keep it the exact same way, I'm telling you right now for free, we're going to lose all the Clásicos. We're going to finish second in La Liga. We're going to get knocked out of the quarterfinals of the Champions League. This season is so predictable. I've predicted half the score lines right so far this season. That should tell you enough about how predictable this is, and it will not change unless, I say again, one of these two things changes. The system, in terms of how we play, or the players themselves. If we keep going like this, the players are not at the races, the manager is losing his head, the players look unmotivated, we are setting up ourselves for a season of failure, and it can only be saved if you change it now. That way you can adapt and then lock in for January. I want to reiterate this one more time. It is so obvious where this team's direction is going this season, and something has to change it. Performance today, apart from the first 10-15 minutes, was absolutely diabolically disgusting. 4 out of 10 for the performance today. Let's now get into the players' individual player rating. It was off, of course, with a goalkeeper who cannot keep a clean sheet to save his life in Wojciech Szczesny. Average 6 out of 10. I think for the goal that we did concede, it is a bit unlucky. It was right in the bottom corner. I maybe do expect him to at least challenge it, but I'll let it slide. Made a big save on that 1v1 in the first half. Commanded the box quite well in terms of air lead and stuff like that. So, again, no clean sheet, but did, I guess, an alright job. So, an average 6 out of 10 for him. Third back partnership in front of him, first on the left-hand side, it was Eric Garcia. Average 6 out of 10 for him. Don't really think he put a foot wrong. Don't think he did anything exponentially well. But, of course, in the midfield in that last 20-25 minutes or so, but I think he just went through the motion, played his game. Again, I don't think he did anything poor, not anything fantastic, typical average. If they're averages, I'm gonna really skip by them. I don't want to waste time dwelling on it. But average 6 out of 10. Then my part on the right hand side, Kubarsi. This is my hot take for this game. We have to drop him. Yes, he can pass. Yes, he has probably the best pass in the defense, maybe the best passer in the team, but he needs to be dropped. Wake up call for him. Wake up call for his defensive awareness. The way he's holding the line and defending is so poor. He's made so many mistakes, and he was the one that left Witsel free and did not, do nothing to stop that bicycle kick from Witsel as well. He needs to be dropped, in my opinion. Has he been performing, diabolically poor this season? No. Has he had moments? Yes. So that for me was a job. I can argue why Kubarsi should not be starting, but I can't argue why he should be, apart from him being good on the ball and a good passer. That's it. He made that one great, of course, pre-assist and against Getafe, which we know he has that in his locker. That's fantastic to have, but his defensive side of the game has lacked a lot this season, and consequences are needed. So I would give him a 5 out of 10. I think he was on the lower side today of an average performance. Into the fullbacks, firstly Balde, again average 6. Don't want to waste too much time. I didn't really like how he was not getting forward. He defended all right, I guess, but overlapping runs with Rashford weren't there. They were there, but nothing was coming to him. Especially when he gets the ball, there was no. I think his crossing again, man. It's just It looks like there's going to be no improvement whatsoever. Of course, he looks much better than Gerard Martin quite clearly. The recovery, pace, and defensive actions are there. But going forward today was a bit, I think non-existent, especially when Fermin Lopez went out wide on the left. Because Fermin would get the ball either shoot or cross. He was not looking at overlap whatsoever. So I think the game wasn't really, favoring the ball style of play. And also, I think that going forward, he wasn't quite there. So average 6 out of 10 for him. Other fullback, of course, on the right-hand side, Jules fucking Kounde. Apart from that double step over back heel to Lamine that led to the Pedri goal, this guy did absolutely nothing. And I think, again, another hot take, alongside Kubarsi, Kounde needs to be dropped as well. Put Eric Webb back, have Araujo and Christensen in the middle. He is just not at the races this season. I love Kounde to death. He's one of my favorite players of this team, but he is just not there this season. And for some way, shape, or form, or how, he is dead, getting turned and dropped, cannot pass the ball to save his life. His clearance, his awareness is absolutely disgusting. We signed one of the best defenders in La Liga, an absolute elite 1v1 defender, was the second best right back in the world last season, and right now, I don't even think he cracks the top 10. I really, really don't. Abysmal this season. Abysmal in this game. It looks like he's never played football in his life. Getting turned, getting drawn, cannot pass. Pathetic. And the way he holds the line is embarrassing. Embarrassing. The whole thing behind him. We saw it in the France international break as well. This guy has absolutely lost his head. Either move the center back or get him on the bench. Because with these performances, we are not going to survive. 4 out of 10 for me for Kounde today. Into the midfield, Frankie, captain, new deal, new everything. I mean, average. I don't think he did anything fantastically well. It kind of sucks that he played in the 10, which I don't think is really his position. That chip shot in the second half was a bit weird, but then again, we won, so who cares? If we didn't win, maybe we can highlight that a bit more. But I don't think he put a foot wrong. I wouldn't say he put, a foot that's maybe that wowed me, or maybe it was exceptional per se. But average 6 out of 10. Other, of course, midfielder in the double pivot was Casado. I thought Casado played alright today. I'm gonna give him an average 6, but I thought he played quite well. Defended really well, got stuck in. He really did, the role of the pivot. I think his passing was, better than usual as well. He did lose the ball, I remember, once giving away a foul, but apart from that, I thought he had a really, really good shift. I think he was, taking off more so to chuck Araujo up front, pretty much. But I don't think Casado was poor. I seen some people in the live chat saying that he was been poor and stinky. I thought he was really, really good. I thought he did his role to absolute perfection. If we didn't win this game last second, if we won this game, comfortably, like a 2-0, 3-0, I probably would have given him a 7. But I thought he played a solid game. 6 out of 10 from me. Final midfield, of course, was your boy Pedri. I think his performance is probably like a 6, 6.5. I don't think he did anything too crazy, but since he got the goal, we'll bump him up to round him up to a 7 per se. Again, like Frankie, did what he had to do. I don't think he did anything exponentially well. I think his runs from the midfield, deep in midfield to the attack were fantastic. But once he got to the attack, he looked a bit clueless. He had nobody up front because Tony Fernandez dropped deep in the false 9. Lamine was double marked out wide on the left, right on the right, and then he'd get pressing, he'd lose the ball. But I think his dribbling today was fantastic. I think his awareness in the final third, his passing ability and finding those spaces wasn't really quite there today, so we'll give him an average 6 out of 10. Into the front line, first thing on the right hand side, Lamine Yamal. I mean, he was dead. Whether he's coming back from injury or not, let's not beat around the bush. He was dead today. I think the one thing with Lamine is that it looks like we played him in this game on purpose to really go for it, maybe win the game earlier on than rest him. Again, he only played the hour as we did expect, but apart from that flick that I think was accidental that he did in the first half, really didn't do much. Again, he had some good crosses, got an assist for the Pedri goal, but I think he lacked some sort of spark. I don't know if he's worried about his injury, worried about having a relapse, maybe he's being a bit isolated too much, he's getting double teamed a lot. Nowadays, maybe he just needs some time to adapt and used to it. Still one of, if not the best player in the world, in my opinion, but I think he needs more time to grow into the game, get back to full fitness. Not making an excuse for him, like I think he was, not that great today. I really love moments where he had some space to shoot, which he didn't. I think he's gonna be more decisive in those moments, but hopefully that will come with time. I'll give him an average 5 out of 10. Other winger, of course, was Marcus Rashford. 6 out of 10 for me. I thought, again, one of the bright sparks for this game. He was the one that I think played with heart. He really, really tried. He's trying to do things. I really did not like, after that free kick he took in the second half, he just wasn't shooting. The ball was slipping. Gazaniga was spilling the ball. It was wet. It was raining. That was the perfect pinpoint time for Marcus Rashford's knuckleball shots from distance. He just couldn't take any of them. Any of them whatsoever. First half he was taking some shots, fair to him. Second half was not taking any. He had some space, he lined it up. I think he maybe had one that was blocked, but he had so many chances to shoot in that second half. And he did it. And the second half was the perfect time to shoot, especially with the weather conditions, how the pitch was moving, and how the goalkeeper was splitting the ball a lot as well. But he tried, he had some effort, so I do respect that. 6 out of 10. And finally, up front was Tony Fernandes, his debut for Barcelona as a starter. I'll give him an average 6 again. I don't know why like put him as a false 9. Looked good. He had some good moments. Good ball control, but just couldn't get into the game. You know, short guy, playing a false 9 against, you know, 2 huge defenders in Daily Blind and GoalWitsel. He's getting absolutely bullied on his debut by 2 veterans there easily. I think he looked good in build-up play, was dropping beep. I think his passing looked really, you know, calm and composed, but just couldn't really get involved whatsoever, in my opinion. So average 6 out of 10. Finally, the substitutions. Subs were Fermin, Christensen, Rooney, John Martin, and Araujo. I think Fermin looked really good. I can't wait to see him play in the 10 against Olympiacos and Madrid. I think on the left he was looking quite threatening. Imagine what he'd do in his natural position down the middle. Christian looked alright. Rooney just does not like to dribble. I mean, he gets the ball, cuts back. I need him to, you know, got him, you know, showing me a lot of Raphinha when he first came, just being so scared to dribble and take 1v1s. I'd rather you take a 1v1 and lose it than, you know, pass it back. Of course, it has to be in the right moment, though, not like in the 90th minute where you lose the ball. But, you know, when you first come in, 70th, you know, 60th minute, do it for the first 10 minutes. Go 1v1. If you lose it, whatever, then after that, you can be a bit more conservative. That's what I want to see from him. Martin was dead. I don't know, of course, game winner. I mean, he came in and did what he had to do. We asked him to come on and got the winner. So, you know, I mean, shout out to him. I was a bit worried about him when he was up front. He wasn't coming back and defending too much when Girona were in possession, but then thankfully we didn't end up conceding. So these are the subs had impacts. We can't ignore that. I think the best one definitely was Fermin. I can't wait to see him play from the start, but at least the subs came in and provided some rotation, some freshness, and also had an impact on the result of the game. And last but certainly not the least is, of course, the manager, Hansi Flick. Tonight from me, he gets a 5 out of 10. The result and the score was as predicted, as I expected. Lineup wasn't too bad. Looking at it, I was quite excited to see it. I respect him for, you know, starting Tony Fernandes. He used all 5 subs, but when you're getting a red card and you're bringing on Araujo up front to win the game, enough said, really. You talk about not caring about the referees, playing your way, honing in, keeping going until, you know, you don't give up. You bring on a center back up front, and you get a red card yourself. Game is gone. Game is gone. I think Flick needs to wake up. He needs to make that decision. Like I said in the team performance section, change the system, change the players. One of those 2 things have to happen. We're fucked. We're not winning anything this season. We'll lose all the Clásicos. We'll get knocked out of the quarterfinals of the Champions League. We're going to finish 2nd in La Liga. It is so clear as day. Xavi stuck with his system, and look what happened. Enough said. The players need to be woken up, and they need some sort of spark. Either change something, somewhere, somehow, and that comes down to you. Because when I'm sitting watching the game on my TV, and I'm screaming at the hour mark to bring on Araujo, I mean, I respect him for doing it. It was the right decision because we were all saying it. I was saying it like in the 70th minute, bring on Araujo for at least 10 minutes. Don't bring him on like 88th minute, or maybe I thought, to be honest, like was not even going to use his final sub. But I was saying you have to at least bring on the 80th minute, give him at least some time to get into the game, 10 minutes or so to score the winner, and he ended up doing that. But when I'm saying that at the hour mark, it shows how dead and how poor our performances have been. We're at a point now where this system is being found out. Our opponents are timing their runs to perfection. They're practicing it. They're learning it. You need to be able to be adaptable. You cannot just be a one-season wonder manager. You can't. Because if you have a shit season, last season will be nothing. Yeah, it was a good moment, but we did, you know, we fell at the last hurdle, and now here we're falling at the beginning of the hurdle. So serious decisions and movements need to be made by Flick. You promised us in the summer, oh, I know the issues, we're gonna fix it. You fix fuck all. To be honest, it's gotten worse. Much worse. 5 out of 10 for me for the manager tonight. So that was a match review for Barcelona versus Girona in La Liga. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, of course, make sure you drop a like down below. And of course, in the comments down below as well, let me know your thoughts on everything we did discuss. The main thing on adversity, of course, is your thoughts on the performance, your player ratings, and your manager rating as well. And of course, make sure you guys subscribe down below if you haven't already. And I will see you guys next time on the channel. Take care, and Forza Barca.
Barca.